Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, and today I am live with my friend BlocksBricks, belatedly celebrating my 19th birthday. So I turned 19 on Sunday. Unfortunately, I came down with something that was either COVID, the flu, some viral infection, which was not fun. Getting in on your birthday is awful. But I basically just stayed at home all day. It was nice and quiet. Hopefully, I'll get to do a family birthday party next weekend. But I thought I'd do a live stream now to celebrate 2 days now that I'm feeling a little bit 2 days on from my birthday. Hopefully, you can all see and hear me okay because it has been a while since I did an actual live stream on here. I know. So as he's back, Steve Kilowatt was even suggesting that I haven't live streamed in so long I forgot to hit the start button and that I was talking, not realizing that I hadn't pressed start. No, I know it's been a while, but it hasn't been quite that long. Ed and I were just chatting because we haven't chatted in a while since I got back from Turkey. So we got a bit carried away with the time. And I was showing him a cool set that I built while I was ill. So I did have something to do while I was recovering from my illness. I was wearing a face mask. It was like I was back in the pandemic. I was wearing a face mask building Lego. Very much felt like 2020 again. But happy belated birthday to Mr. Kiwi. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Really appreciate the birthday wishes. It's wonderful to have you guys in here. And of course, today I'm joined by my friend BlocksBricks. Welcome, Ed.
Welcome, guys. Good to see everybody. Good to see you again, Jude. I'm glad you're feeling so much better. And yeah, it kind of reminded me of my birthday. I ended up getting COVID when I went to Mexico, and I couldn't celebrate my birthday for crap because I was feeling like I was feeling in the dumps.
Yeah, it sucks because
It
your
sucks, man.
birthday is like you do whatever you want and you can't when you're ill. You're just like, oh, for goodness sake. So my parents have promised me, they've said we are going to do like birthday things. So we're going to go to the theater at some point and we're going to have a birthday party for my family, hopefully on Sunday. So things will happen. And I was actually wanting to do a live stream like on my birthday, but that couldn't happen. But yes, thank you so much, guys, for the birthday wishes. Really appreciate all of you guys being here. Welcome, Steve Kilowatt, Phoenix Demand, Cole Nelson, Mr. Kiwi, and Brick Tours, and William Builds, and anyone else I missed. Please do hit the like button. It is amazing to see you guys here. So grateful to anyone that still supports me because I know my upload schedule has been non-existent over the past couple of months. In fact, and this is where you know that I've really slipped. Ed has been more active on YouTube than me. This is crazy, guys. Like how the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. How have you done it, Ed? You've been live streaming every week.
Yeah, well, thanks to the vacation, the little vacation helps. You know that I'm not actually at work, so I'm kind of like stress free. I can put all my cards on the table and just focus my time on YouTube. But I decided I just wanted to get back. I miss the community. I miss live streaming. Although my last one on Sunday, the first hour was great, but the last hour was pretty depressing. I think I had like one or two people during the whole last hour, but it
Oh,
happens. Sundays are tough for a lot of people.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been fun, and I really just wanted to get back to it. I've been trying to put more shorts out there to try to get some new subscribers and stuff like that. But it's a little bit easier for me to work on those shorts, and I just try to come up with corny ways to put out little Lego memes. But yeah, it's funny. It is funny that the tables have turned just a little bit.
A couple of guys are saying that they can barely hear you. So I've tried messing around with the settings. Can you keep talking? I think it's me, not
Yeah.
you. Uh,
No,
I I've
usually it is.
massive I've massively just turned Ed up. Can you just talk for a second, Ed? Don't
Yes,
touch
yes,
anything.
yes. Hello, testing, testing, testing. We've had this problem before. I know. And I usually it's not my mic because on my streams I
No,
sound
it's
loud and
mine.
clear.
I didn't do the proper setup because I haven't done it in ages. I needed to remember to turn the audio up. Can everybody hear Ed? Ed, just keep chatting.
Hello, 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 hello there. I got a cup of tea or a cup of coffee.
Just a cup of coffee today, and apparently it sounds better now. My
Okay,
mic
great.
sounds a little strange, does it? Or is that just my voice? Are you sure it's strange, or is it just that I have a cold? Um, let's see.
Cole says it's better. Hopefully, it's a little bit better. I know before I would have literally be screaming into the microphone so that people can hear me.
Oh, it does sound strange. No, you're right. That is not my mic. Um, that's the wrong mic. Wait.
Here.
There we go. Okay, so you should probably be able to hear me now through my actual microphone, not the. No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
you're
gonna.
right.
basically, thank you guys for telling me. This is why I haven't live streamed in like a month, because I didn't set up anything until today. So hopefully you can now hear Ed, and you can also hear me through my mic. I was doing it through my computer, which is like the most basic microphone ever. So thank you, Mr. Kiwi. Thank you for letting me know. Today we're gonna chat about the new Lego Death Star, $1,000, and why it's not worth that much money. Although it may be a cool set. We're gonna discuss that. I'm gonna start building the Lego Star Wars Jango Fett Helmet. Ed, have you got any plans for building anything?
I'm gonna continue building Luxo Jr. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Anyone's a star of Pixar. I've already finished the ball.
Yeah.
So here's the ball. Some really nice printed pieces. Yeah, I haven't put one sticker. As a matter of fact, I don't think it came with a sticker sheet.
Oh.
I think everything's gonna be printed. Yeah, it's no sticker sheet. It's just these are all the colored printed pieces. So some really cool Easter eggs that are hidden in here. When you pull off these panels inside the build, you can see the colors of what would be Pixar films. So for instance, I just uncovered this Pixar's Up. So I don't know if you could notice the colors and tell me who those characters are. If anyone remembers Up.
I don't really know what I'm looking at. What am I looking at?
The colors in the middle. These colors right here. This row of colors here.
Is it Carl and Ellie?
Yes. No, Carl and God, I forget the kid's name.
Oh,
I'm forgetting already. Hold on, I'll
Kevin?
tell you. No. I'm forgetting the name already. Hold on. But I'll show you another example. It's Carl and...
I must apologize, guys. I am sweating a ridiculous amount because it is boiling in the UK today. It's really humid. In the UK, generally, the temperature doesn't get like super hot because obviously I've been in Turkey. But what does happen is that it just gets really humid, which causes me to sweat a huge amount.
Russell. Russell's his name.
Oh, Russell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Carl and Russell. So you can see Carl as the old man. You see the brown brick as his shoes, his brown outfit, his tan skin, and then his white hair. And then Russell would be the kid with his little yellow uniform, obviously his brown pants and all. It's kind of a representation of the colors they have. So if I open up another one, here, let me see if I can get a different one, see if you guys can guess. Ah, this is a good one. Anyone tell me who that is? And remember, they're Pixar films.
Is it Monsters, Inc.?
Close. They are in here, and I'm going to show you them right now in just a sec. This is Toy Story. Yeah, good job, Mr. Kiwi.
I'm struggling to actually see.
I think Phoenix the Man got it. Yeah, that's Woody on this side here, and then Buzz on this side over here.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
See the colors? So they represent, and I mean, obviously they're not like accurate representation. They're just putting like a color scheme to represent them. And here's, as you said it, Monsters Inc. Can you see them?
Mike and Sully.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, that's them right there. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just a little hidden Easter egg in there. I forget what the last one was. I think it was from Ratatouille, and I don't remember. I've seen Ratatouille actually. I just recently seen it, but I think he's supposed to represent the chef and someone else. I forget, but that's Ratatouille right there.
Maybe the rat.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
That's very cool. I like it when you get little Easter eggs like that inside sets. Neat. I mean, the coolest one I saw recently was inside the Star Wars buildable thing, which has like the Tantive and the Star Destroyer mini builds inside the Star Wars logo. That's very cool. I never built that, but I saw that. Still not going to
Remy and Linguini, yes. Remy and Linguini, you're right. That's who it was. Yes.
Remy. Linguini's fantastic.
And of course, they come with these awesome new pieces. I think they're exclusively new for this set. I'm not sure if they've ever built another set, but I've never seen it.
Is that meant for like the light bulb?
Yep, it's going to be where the light bulb goes in.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to continue that. I'm starting with bag 2 today.
Great. So Ed's going to build that. I'm going to build the Jango Fett helmet while I sweat a ridiculous amount. So you guys are going to have to
get used to that, I'm afraid. 15 likes already, which is fantastic. You can probably also see that I probably look a bit more darker than you're usually used to. That's because I had a lovely holiday in Turkey, and I tanned a lot. I don't know, some of you guys follow my personal Instagram, but I had a great time. I went on a jet ski, which was really cool. I sent Ed that video, and you know what I did? I didn't realize that the whole beach could hear me. So I was basically on the jet ski, got off the beach, and just past where, you know, you have like the swimming areas where they've like got buoys to tell you how far you can swim. And I'm just going along there I mean, it felt super fast. I think I was only going like 38 miles an hour, but it felt really, really fast. And I just went, now this is pod racing, woo! And the entire beach apparently heard that. So I thought I could just, because you know the wind is going shh, I thought, oh, no one's gonna hear if I just said that. So yeah. It was good fun though. It was good fun.
I probably would have been yelling the same thing.
Yeah,
that looked like, but you were going pretty dang fast there.
Yeah, it was very fun. I sent it to Ed straight away. I was like, no, Ed would love this. This is my pod racing moment. So here is the Jango Fett helmet, guys. You can see on the back of the box, and then some pictures of Jango Fett. This was what I got for my birthday, along with the chopper from my parents, Lego set wise. Two very cool sets, and I plan to build Jango Fett's helmet today. Don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll do as much as I can. BlocksBricks, welcome. Just popping by, glad to see you're better, mate. Thank you, Forest Elf. Yeah, feeling much better. Still not 100%, but feeling better. Phoenix Demand says, I tan in the dark and pale in the sun. I don't know how that works, but good for you. Okay, so I'm going to open this set up. Please do hit the like button. I think someone said we're at 15 likes already, which is fantastic. If you do want to donate to support me, that would mean the world to me. There's a link in the description. I can't say whether it's going to go towards more videos or not, because I don't know what my next video will be. But if you want to support me, you want to support my Lego hobby, just want to say happy birthday, whatever, any donations just mean the world to me. The link is in the description, and it will pop up if you do choose to donate at any point during today's live stream. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, I'm going to honor, I'm going to have my next $50 giveaway, and if anyone who donates, we're going to get 5 entries for you guys into my next giveaway. So,
oh yeah, of course.
I will honor that today as well. So,
right. I am going to show you guys a cool little Lego set, but before I do that, I'm going to open up this box. Well, I say it's a little Lego set. It's not quite very little, but let's open up this Jango Fett helmet first. Now, some people don't like the fact that I use the thumb tabs. I think the thumb tabs are fine because they keep the... I honestly don't care. There we go. Nice. That's a very scrunched up instruction manual. Okay, well... I'm not showing anyone my QR code. Can't have anyone stealing my 20 points. 4, 2, 5.
Paper bags.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
BlocksBricks has tipped. Oh, Ed, you didn't have to do that. Ed, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you so much, man.
I had to, sir.
That's so kind of you. That's really
I didn't expect to be on your live stream doing it. I wanted to do it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to donate for him on his birthday. It's the least I can do. I can't go out there and actually be there with you and buy you a drink. So it's my way of thanking you and honoring you and your friendship. So
that's thank so kind. Much, Ed, man, £40 donation. That means so much to me. Thank you so much, Ed. So grateful for your friendship. And I cannot wait. I'm deciding, you know, if you don't come out, I'm going to take it in my own hands. I'm just going to fly out and surprise you and just show up at your door.
Hey, bring an empty suitcase, because there's quite a few things that I've been wanting to give you. I just don't want to mail.
Well, maybe not completely empty suitcase, but I definitely want to make it out.
Sorry, I think it'll cost more. I think it costs more than it's actually worth just to mail it.
Yeah. I definitely want to come visit you. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Let me open up this set then. So, have you got the Jango Fett helmet, or is it this one that you haven't quite bought yet?
I believe I do. I just haven't built it. I've gotten every single one except for Kylo Ren's helmet. Yeah, so I do have it. I just haven't built any of the New Wave helmets.
Right.
I'd have to figure out a space for them and see where they can go and where they can go, I guess, together. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty cluttered right now. Yeah. To say the least. But I did have Jango right here. I made some space for him. The slave
so
there.
Cool, isn't it?
Starship. So I had to move my hippie AT-AT, they were calling him the hippie AT-AT, and now I have the hippie Death Star popcorn bucket.
Oh, yeah. Probably better value than the Lego Death Star, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. Oh, I am sweating so much. I do want to show everybody before we start what I showed you just before the live stream. Should we do it? Well, guys.
Oh, yes.
Some of you guys are going to hate the fact that I didn't do this as a live stream build series, but in my defense, I probably had COVID or some kind of flu-y virus, so I couldn't really do a live stream because I wouldn't have been able to talk very much. But I did do some building. Look, I'm sweating so much that the sticker sheet literally just stuck to me as this is not okay. Anyway, if I open the window, just hot air will come in. So, here we go. I'm going to move my camera and you guys will be able to see. This
Gotta invest yourself in the fan.
I know. Or some aircon. This is the Lego Star Wars Betrayal at Cloud City Master Builder Series set. This set I bought off eBay for £400, and you might be asking, how on earth did I manage to get £400? I don't have a job. Well, for quite a while I'd been saving, for months and months I've been saving for the Lego Death Star to buy on release day, and you know, we got the news that perhaps this Death Star wasn't going to be what we thought it was going to be, which was a giant Death Star, and actually it was going to be a Death Slice. So when that news came out,
Slice, yes.
I started, when that news came out, I started thinking, what could I spend the money that I'd saved on, or at least some of it? And I decided I really wanted to buy this set. So I did what, I'll move back to my face while I tell the story and then come back. So I told Ed, and I said, I'm doing this thing, which is the 7-day rule, right? Which is rather than rushing into a massive purchase right away, I'm going to wait 7 days. And if I still want to buy it, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that Cloud City. And there was one, like, sort of for £650 sealed. And I was like, oh, this is a reasonable price. I might get that one. So I waited 7 days. And by the time I'd waited 7 days, that had sold. And I thought, I've lost out now. I went on eBay. £900 at the time, I think they've gone down slightly, was the peak for that sealed, which is crazy considering this set retailed for £300. And then I found one on eBay for £400, which had been built and enjoyed by somebody before, but perfect condition, including all the pieces and all the minifigures, and already sorted into bags for me to build. So essentially, I was getting the same experience, which is opening the set, building it in bags with all the characters there, just not having to pay the price for it being sealed. And also I was going to build it anyway, so any value that I would have paid, like the 200, 300, 400 extra pounds I would have paid to get this bad boy sealed, would have immediately evaporated into thin air as I hit those thumb tabs. So I thought it was worth getting this one pre-loved as such, but I wouldn't even describe this as used. It's very, very good condition. So then I'll show you guys the actual set in a second, but then what I did is when it arrived, I paid my sister some money, and I said to my sister, I will pay you £20 if you wash the Lego pieces for me, because she's 14. Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyway, she's young. She's young. She wants to make some money, doing chores around the house. And I said to her, I'll give you £20, which is a fair amount of money at that age, if you wash all the pieces for me with, a little squirt of fairy liquid and some warm water, and make them all look nice and shiny for me. Don't wash the stickered pieces. And she did a fantastic job. She washed it all for me and put them back in the bags. So I sat down and built this set, which is now pretty much brand new and shiny. And this is...
I would have done it for £20.
Huh?
I would have done it for £20.
Yeah. Apparently it was quite relaxing. She had some music on and she got it done within a day, so she made some money for it. But I thought, it's worthwhile investment, and she wanted to make some money, so it was fine. And yeah, this set is basically set into 4 sections. I'll try and turn it around to show you, and then I must get on with actually doing the build that I'm supposed to be doing. So on this section here, you can see 2 parts. This set isn't quite as neat as the Mos Eisley, which is all sort of panelled off. You can see everything on the inside. My sister said it looked a bit ugly. I disagree with her. I think it looks full. But for her, I suppose she was like, oh, you can see all of it. I don't know what she's going to feel about the Death Star if I show her that. Maybe I'll have to show her that and see what her reaction is. But here we have one of the 4 sections, which is the Bespin duel sort of area where Vader tells Luke, I am your father. In fact, I don't know how much further I can zoom in with my camera. Ooh, there we go.
Very
Nice.
cool.
So if I haven't used this camera in ages, you can see Vader and Luke fighting it out there. And then if I move further up, you can see we've got a very cool Ugnaught minifigure there, really cool, who is just working with this bit. Now this bit actually like slides out, so it's not actually fully attached. And a couple of the parts in this set slide out. It's not fully, it does like slot in, but I haven't properly slotted it in because it's only on this table temporarily.
Mr. Kiwi says it's the horizontal version of the Death Star.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a cool feature. I like this feature where you've basically got Han Solo here, and I've got obviously Leia and Chewie watching him about to go into Carbonite, and you just flick this switch, and then up he comes. Han is in Carbonite, and then I'm going to undo it. Han is human again. Hang on, let me move Leia so everybody can see. There we go. So there is Han, it's human. Han is Carbonite. Han is
That is cool. That is cool.
Much better play feature than the actual, like, there's a playset version of this from, like, 2017, which is a bit more clunky than that. This is great. This is really good. So there's our Han, Leia, and Chewie scene there. I'm going to try and turn it around. I do want to give you guys a full tour, because I absolutely love this set, but it may go wrong, so I'm going to try not to ruin it. Maybe let me pull this out first. Ooh, where did that go?
What's up, Sean? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey,
welcome,
Sean.
Brit and Bricks.
Welcome. Bear with me a second. I think that goes there. Hang on. Ed, do you mind just reading the chat for just 1 second?
Is it me or is it William Bill says, is it just me or does the shape of the Cloud City set look like the Millennium Falcon? In a way. I can see where you're coming from.
The dimensions
Slightly.
are very similar. Like in the size of it, it's slightly smaller, I'd say, than the UCS Falcon. But yeah, if you put the Falcon on top of this, they would be very similar in overall dimensions. So I get what you mean.
James Lego says happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Brit Brick says those are cool minifigures. That obviously are. We were just discussing right before the stream. I'm like, he has printed. Han Solo has printed or dual molded legs.
Yes.
They can't even do that for the $1,000 Death Star.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Death Star in a moment, but I definitely want to share my thoughts on that, especially with the comparison of these of this set here. I'm going to move another part of this set that's just moving out, which you won't be able to see because I've got it set there, is the landing pad. And then I'm just going to rotate it round. So let me just move back. Bear with me. I'm doing a full tour because I never got to build this live, and then I'll build the Jango Fett. Okay, let's go around to our next section of the build, which is these little rooms here, which are really the sort of essence of Cloud City, this bit here. If I zoom in a bit. So you can see here we've got a little section where I think this is just sort of a waiting area. I don't know if someone can tell me if this is like seen in the film at all. It's not where C-3PO gets like taken apart. That's another section in the build, but there's a waiting area here. And the doors can open and close. So a bit like the Mos Eisley, in fact, the doors can open. There's not like a function where the doors, I reckon if LEGO did that now, the doors would sort of snap into place. But because it's 2018, the doors kind of come out. And then if you want to hook them, you sort of push in like that, and then they can stay there. So you can have the doors open if you like. I think it's a neater look to have them closed. And then I don't know if you can see at all in there. If I were to lift it up, you might be able to see. There's a hallway area just there where you can see that sort of tall statue thing and the Beskar guard with the window looking out. I won't lift it anymore because I don't want to do any damage to it. And then here is you won't be able to see in there, but that is the room. Maybe if I turn it around here, you might be able to see. Can you see?
Yeah, see it. Are those printed pieces or stickers?
No, these are stickers. Unfortunately, these are stickers. Now you can see inside. This bit here is the dining room where Darth Vader sits, and then they come in. So you've got our Lobot minifigure. There's another officer in there, and you can open the door. So that's this section there. And then turning around slightly further, we have our landing pad area. And this is what I love about this set and the Master Builder series in general. Like, it's such a shame that we haven't had one since the Mos Eisley. Like, I loved Mos Eisley and I loved building this. This is like peak LEGO Star Wars to me. Incredible minifigures, so many play features, and it's just like a full scene. Now, whether I'll feel that way when the official Death Star pics come out. I don't know. I don't feel like I will, because the Death Star isn't a playset in the same way you can play with this. I was really hoping that the Death Star might be like a Master Builder Series playset where you could play with them, but I don't think you're going to be playing with anything in the Death Star. Anyway, here's the landing pad, and this is the Slave One, as it is called in 2018, but now is the Boba Fett Starship. And you can see it's
Very
actually
cool.
very, very similar to the 2021 Boba Fett, and sort of the new downscaled one. Now, I don't think it is as good, because, you know, years have gone by and they've like changed the way it looks slightly neater, especially around here. Now that they've done it, it looks a little bit skinny at times around here, a bit more studded off than usual. But considering this model is how many years old? Like 7, going on 8 years old. Like this is a very solid. Oops, it's a very solid build here.
Yeah, one of the best parts of the build, I think, for sure.
The Slave One, yeah, very good. Bear with me. I always like to make sure I've got the pieces in the right place. Do you mind reading the chat? So, oh, by the way, the Slave One is one of the first things you build in this set, interestingly enough. Okay.
The Death Star should have been classified as an MBS. Probably. You're probably right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that argument. I feel like MBS should be like big play sets, and I don't know how much you can play with that Death Star. You can definitely play with this. And I don't like, I see why they went Ultimate Collector Series. It just, and that's my problem with Death Star. It doesn't really feel like it doesn't really please anyone, does it? People wanting a giant Death Star display wanted it all tiled off, and people who wanted a massive playset wanted it as a playset. They've just done a wall hanger, so I don't know what they've done.
Mr. QB says, I might get executed for this opinion, but I low-key think the Death Star looks nicer than the Cloud City MBS. What? We're going to talk about that in just a minute, sir.
Yes,
we're going to talk about it.
Don't worry. I'm going to zoom in on my minifigs here. Now, people who know this set will be able to tell me which one of these minifigures didn't come in this Cloud City set. Anybody?
Yes, the one right next to yeah, that one. Your thumb.
This one.
No, yeah, that one.
Yes, this is Zuckuss.
Zuckuss, yeah. I was going to say.
And he's in, I think, did you get this set, Ed? The 20th anniversary Slave One?
Yep, it's the 20th anniversary Slave, yep.
Yeah, I bought this minifigure ages ago, and I've had it in a display case since, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just, because I didn't get the 20th anniversary one, I thought, why don't I just put him there as if he's in Cloud City? I think it works. Yep. It probably should have been included. I know he's not technically in Cloud City, but...
It's a nice minifigure, and it's a nice inclusion.
Yeah, I thought it fits in nicely. Here's Orlando, and Orlando is one of the best minifigs in this set. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is printing on the inside of the cape, which is just, like, awesome. I don't know. Can you see that at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really fantastic minifigure, that one.
Printed cape. Wow.
Yeah. The door can open and close. Printed cape, and we can't even get dual modded legs on C-3PO that they've made already. And I'm sounding like M&R Productions here, but come on. Sorry, we'll talk.
I'm starting to respect him a whole lot more.
Huh? Well, I know. I've always been. I'll come back to the classics in a second. I've always been the person who sort of rolls their eyes and goes, "Oh, not every minifigure needs arm printing. Not every minifigure needs dual modded legs. Not every minifigure needs the perfect helmet for a clone trooper." Like, generally, I've been a defender of Lego when it comes to these things, but like, I can't defend not including a minifigure that they've already made, that's already in production. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I do want to show you.
Look, this is how much I respect his opinion now so much.
Yeah. I just want to turn it back.
Look what I got here.
Oh. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got it from his whatnot shop.
Oh, that's very cool. That's awesome. I'm going to go back to this set here just to show you these two minifigures here. So I've got in this area here, this is where Han and Leia are waiting to meet Lando, or I think it's to go into the room. I've got them in a loving embrace here. There we go. Anyway, got to keep it PG, guys. Anyway, here's Leia. This is a really, really good Leia minifigure with the dress piece just perfectly going all. I don't know. Is it going to focus? There we go. Perfectly going all the way down, nice. And on the back.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Really,
that is
really
a nice
good.
one.
And this is exclusive. But I actually don't think that's the best minifigure in the set. I also want to show you guys Cloud City Boba Fett, because that is exceptional. But this Han Solo, UCS Death Star has left the chat because this Han Solo is amazing. Dual molded legs, side leg printing. Just look at that. Can you guys see that?
That's Lego.
Round
That is
legs
Lego
at the top, black boots, side leg printing. What an amazing minifigure this is. Really, really good. Really good. So this minifigure, I mean, I think this is a specific outfit for Cloud City, but this minifigure, this style, should have been recolored for the Death Star. No excuses. It's a fantastic minifigure. And Ed was saying just before we went live, like, these minifigures are better than the 2025 minifigures of these characters, which is crazy. This is 7 years old.
It is crazy.
Which is why this set has aged like fine wine, basically. This set, which was not really loved so much on its release, some people thought it was ugly, some people thought it was overpriced, some people still think it's a bit ugly. I don't mind it. I think it could have been cool with, like, roofs to go on top of the things if you had, like, big grey roofs, but then you wouldn't be able to see all the stuff inside, so I get why they did what they did. You've got at the top of the build, if I move it there, I'm almost done with the Cloud City, don't worry guys. This is the micro Cloud City, so this is a little Easter egg. So you've got the four.
Oh, really?
And this is a model of Cloud City in itself here.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. Yeah. I never knew that.
So it's like sweet. A mini representation, because of course they were never going to make all the buildings. So it's their way of saying this is a snapshot of the whole thing of Cloud City.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
And then there's one final section, and there's a caveat to the final section, which is that it's not fully complete yet. So basically, I'll talk to you as I turn it round. I was pretty near to finishing the set when I realized I couldn't quite complete a door because there was a tiny red piece missing. And I messaged the seller on eBay and I just said, hey, I'm really sorry, you packaged it so well. I hate to be a pain, but there is like a tiny little missing piece. And, you know, most sellers would be like, tough, order it off Bricklink. This guy actually has sent me out the piece. So that's in the post, which is really kind. He's ordered it off Bricklink free of charge. And I said to him there was a missing sticker in the control room, and he's ordered me a new sticker sheet, a legit sticker sheet for this set, which is coming in.
That's cool. That's nice of him.
Yeah, very, very nice, very nice. I left him a very good review. Anyway, I'm just going to turn it round again. It's surprisingly stable, this set. I mean, you've got bits that come off, but they're meant to come off, like, well, you can see the onyx cinder in the background there, like that, or like this. You see, these bits are meant to come off. Okay, let's pop that back there. You know, this is a Lego set. I haven't built a Lego set in a while, probably since the Ghost and Phantom 2 set, but even this really wants... I really want to play with this. It's a really fun set. It makes me want to play with it.
William Bill says, I think the Cloud City set, although being a wonderful play set with tons of different scenes recreated, is kind of a clunky looking model, but I think the new Death Star looks very clean. That's a valid point. The Death Star, we're going to get to it in just a minute, but it looks clean. It's just not representative. It just does not represent what the Death Star should be, especially at a freaking $1,000, man.
Yeah, I think I get it. I get the sort of clunkiness. Nice looking. I think this is more fun of a playset, and it's what the Master Builder series this should be. Now let's remember this set is 7 years old. So if they did it today, I reckon that they would do roofs over it, but that would probably add more. I really like this. I think you're probably right in terms of the Death Star is a nicer, neater display piece, but I don't know why you'd buy a set like this to display. I didn't buy the Cloud City set to display it. I bought it for a detailed recreation of this iconic sequence in The Empire Strikes Back with all the minifigures that are accurate to it. And I think that's where the Death Star kind of falls apart, which is, you know, there's just so many errors with the minifigures which are so clear, plus the price point, and plus the fact that you can't play with it in the same way that you can play with this. I could sit down and play the whole of The Empire Strikes Back Cloud City scene with this set. This is meant to be a big play set for kids, and it's a 12 plus, not an 18 plus, if you look at the box. So,
and I think it was
maybe. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think was it BlocksBricks that made a point at in your moderator chat, how they're catering more to this adult fan base because that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
And they're catering to all the nostalgia in the older generations, which I get. But at the same time, like me, I'm a big kid. I just sometimes like that play feature, even though I don't play with them. I like seeing that play feature because at some point they're gonna go to our kids, and our kids are gonna want to play with them. So, but she made a valid point. They are, and that's why they're coming out with sets like Voltron and Super Mario and Home Alone and all these sets that are really nostalgic that bring kind of the people who are in their 30s and 40s and maybe even 50s, bringing them to the Lego table. Whereas before it was just children wanting these sets. Now it's all the adults too.
Yeah, interesting that you mention Home Alone, because I think Home Alone is probably one of the best examples in recent years, bar Mos Eisley, of a set that is incredible for display, but also an incredible and accurate play set. Like, I built that Home Alone. I could play with it for hours. So much fun with the little features of the way you can knock the traps into place, or move the train set around, or send the sledge down the stairs, or send the little thing up to the tree house. Like, that is a perfect example of a set that does what the Cloud City set does here, while also looking amazing on a shelf. I'm just going to finish showing the Cloud City set now, with the caveat that this little bit here is slightly unfinished. You can probably see here it should be a little bit more tiled off, and there's a little gap here. That's because that piece was missing, and I'm going to build that probably in a couple of days when that's finished. But that's an interrogation room just there. You could also see you've got this little section here, which is where C-3PO is sort of taken apart on the line of droids coming through, and you've got the Stormtrooper in there. And then over here, you have a very nice, very neat-looking cloud car, which actually does fit a cloud car pilot inside. I never thought it did, but it does. If I open it up, you can see my cloud car. Oh, what have I done? No, please don't do that. There we go. If I open it up, you can see my cloud car pilot. Very, it's cozy. It's very cozy, but he's inside, and you can actually fit another one inside there. The cloud car pilot minifigure is very cool as well. I can't remember if this is exclusive to this set, but it's really cool. I don't know if that's going to focus.
That is a nice fig too.
Nice helmet.
Yeah, nice helmet.
And then you've actually got a couple of play features, like you can sort of move this as Darth Vader's throat. Oh, you can't see that. There's the cloud car. And then there's a little jail cell there. So much fun. So much fun with this set. I don't know if one can have the same fun showing the Death Star, because it's so much tapped into display, not play. And I think the most exciting sets are big play sets that make adults want to play with them. Like
the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
I was dusting that sucker the other day. I'm like, it is so cool. It's got so many play features. It's got so much room inside to put minifigures.
Yeah.
All the panels come off, so you can get into every part of the Razor Crest. Not like the Venator, although it looks commanding up there, it looks really, really, really cool. The Razor Crest is so much more fun. Yeah, not only displayable, but it's something you can play with too.
Yeah, definitely. Just going to. I think is this the way I started with it, or did I have it around the other way? I can't remember now. Hang on. Let me go back, because I did have it a certain way that balances the table. I don't particularly want the table to collapse. Let's go back a sec. I think I had it. I had it like that. Did I? Yes. Turn it around one more. There we go. Ed, do you mind reading the chat for just one? No. Well, just one sec.
Let's see. Lego Kiss. Lego is trying to be a designer toy company, so they need to get it perfect if they want to charge us triple. Some things I agree with Ryan on, says BlocksBricks, and I absolutely agree. I mean, they're supposed to be improving their craft, not making it less or improvising and making it less, less quality, I would say. But you totally agree. I get it. Like, I think I seen the comment here. Lego is company at the end of the day, and it's still all about profits. And that's the sad thing about capitalism, is I wish it wasn't just about profits. It's about the people, and it's what it should be, And I hope Lego can find their way back. I mean, greed sometimes has a way with people, especially when you get to the multi-billion-dollar type industry. It's all about pleasing the stock market and their constituents there, and it's not about pleasing the people. And that's what's sad about capitalism. Capitalism is great, right? It's what makes America, but this is where it starts to destroy what capitalism should be, right? And it shouldn't just be about profits. It should be about making the consumer happy, period. Which brings me to my In and Out. For all of you guys who watch my stream, why I promote In and Out so much. I'm gonna start promoting In and Out again, and one day I'm gonna get it sponsored by them. Watch.
What do you mean? What do you mean In and Out?
In and Out's a burger chain over here.
Right.
It's a burger chain that is still completely private. They have not been franchised. They are not gone public. They're not publicly traded. It's a fully private company, and they make billions. And they're only mostly in the West Coast. I think now they're going to open up one in Tennessee, so some people on the East Coast are going to start to get a taste of In and Out. But they're all about quality. Not only the quality that they make, but the quality and how they treat their employees. I worked for them for a whole year, so I got a taste of what it's like to be an employee for In and Out, and they treat you like family. It's not like you're just a number like everywhere else you go work at an Amazon warehouse. You're going to be treated like a number, and you're going to be so disposable. Whereas here, they really, they mold you into being somebody and being a part of a family, and they pay you much better than most other fast food chains. They always pay above the minimum wage, and it's a model that I think a lot of people should model after. But again, that greed comes into play, and they want to just continue to expand. They're staying loyal to the roots of quality, which is why they don't go all around the United States. They have to be at a position where they can receive fresh ingredients. Because if you're out in the middle of nowhere where deliveries can't be made, you're not going to have an In and Out, unfortunately. And that's just the way that they want to stick to, because everything is made fresh. You're not getting any frozen patties. You're not getting any frozen potatoes in a bag for French fries. You're not getting any frozen tomatoes or any of the other ingredients there. Everything is cut fresh. I mean, I remember when I was a fry guy, I made it all the way up to the fry guy at In and Out, and they ship in a bag of potatoes every day. And the potatoes come in. I dump the potatoes into this bucket that turn the water on and it's like a big old bucket peeler, just peels all the buckets. Then I empty the bucket into another bucket, bring it on over, and then I start putting potatoes in this wedger. Like it creates the potato, the French fry wedges or whatever. And then I take them, I rinse them one more time before throwing them into the fryer. So everything is fresh there. And again, it's always been about the quality and making the customer happy. And they never went public. They still haven't. And they're to me a model success for what capitalism could be. But yeah, everyone's like, are you paid by? Like I was talking about it on my live stream. Like, are you paid by it? And I'm like, no. I just really like their concept and their idea of what quality and what a business model should be. But TGH Travel says, I truly believe there should be a balance of visual appeal, but primarily that element of fun for a successful Lego set. Yeah, the playability of it, right? I am thinking Lego will give us a cheaper play set of the Death Star, most likely smaller than the 2017 version after this 1K release. Well, that would be nice. I might go for that one better.
Who thinks that?
That was, who was that? That was BritBricks. Yeah, BritBricks.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree. I think it would be very difficult. Lego would be just killing this $1,000 Death Star if they released a cheaper playset Death Star. Like, because that's all people want. I think. I don't think.
And I definitely don't think it'll happen that soon either.
Yeah. I think maybe we're talking a decade, probably, before this set has got to go off shelves. So if you want a play scale Death Star, it's going to have to be the 2016 iconic one that I always wanted when I was growing up. Knowing me, I'll probably end up getting the UCS Death Star at some point, but when it's on sale. I wouldn't pay more than 25% off, I don't think, for that. You really think they'd release a second Death Star? Pun fully intended. I see. Yeah, BlocksBricks says, "Hey, I'm manifest." Yeah, she's manifesting a a second Death Star. Brit says, "How has it been 3 to 4 years since I found you?" I know, crazy,
Right?
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy.
We were just talking about that. Yes, or was it on Sunday on your birthday when I was streaming? We were like, when did we find you? When Judah was like 12? I was like, no, he wasn't that young. But yeah, I think you were. I can't remember, to be honest, exactly how old you were. I think you were 15, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds about right because I started YouTube
Yeah.
when I was 14, so it sounds 15
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, time flies. Guys, I'm really interested in hearing what you think now that you've seen my detailed tour of the MBS Cloud City set. I'm very happy with the price I paid for it, which is I paid £400. The retail price was £300. I got the complete set with all the minifigures. Some of these minifigures are worth upwards of £100 each, particularly that Han Solo, Princess Leia. Oh, and I have to show you the Cloud City Boba Fett. This was, this still is, I think, one of the best Lego Star Wars minifigures of all time. Even though the new Boba Fett minifigures are very, very good. For some reason, in the most recent Boba Fett, they did the printed arms and everything, but they just didn't do the cape. If they add the cape to the most recent Boba Fett, then yeah, they've probably beaten this one. But I'll show you guys the Cloud City Boba Fett. It's not perfect. It still has the angry clone face because this was 2018. But there we have our Cloud City.
Yeah, it's nice.
Let's see, very cool arm print.
Now I need In and Out. Make sure you email In and Out. Let them know that I did a great job advertising them so they could sponsor me. It'd be nice to have a burger every stream, bro. Like In and Out. I'll do it just for their burgers, man.
Your live streams might be numbered if you have a burger every single time you do a live stream.
Yeah. I was eating a burger the other day because Cynthia ended up buying lunch in the middle of my live stream. She couldn't wait. I'm like, oh, man, okay. So I'm over here gnarling in on a burger. Yeah.
Rogue One will be 10 years old next year. Wow. Yeah, you're right. You are right.
I'm hoping they come out with some great sets.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, we've got so much to talk about. I've kind of sadly given up hope of being in LAN anytime soon. So I'm just going to talk about the rumors because why not? Well, let's talk about. I want to talk about the Death Star before we do that, and I can't really show the image because I haven't got the capacity to do so. But what I can do is get the image on my phone. If I get the image on my phone, then we can discuss. And everyone has seen the image of the Death Star. I'll just talk everybody through the image, and then we'll briefly share our thoughts. Then we can go on to 2021. 2021? That's 3 years ago. I need to grow up. 2026. Lego Star Wars rumors. I know Livestream definitely posted it.
Yeah, there's been several people that I mean, once I watched the one video, I started getting all kinds of recommendations for everyone else that's showing the Death Star, and I think somebody mentioned it. I think the biggest appeal to the Death Star, and they mentioned it was somebody short that are saying it's a marketing campaign. That's what it is. They couldn't make it a $900 set because it wouldn't just be as appealing as that $1,000 set. And they just kind of overblown the price, and the price is what made it so popular, right? Everyone was so excited to be like, oh my God, $1,000 Death Star. Oh my God, that's crazy. And everyone was like, including myself, I was like, whoa, that's going to be amazing. And, when it comes out, it's kind of lackluster to me. I know some people still think it's going to be nice, and I respect your guys' opinions, but I just can't deal with the damn slice. I ended up going to Disney. If you see, and spend so much money on everything else. But like, I got $1,000 to spend now. Let's go to Disneyland.
Well,
yeah,
I don't blame you. I went up and bought the Cloud City as soon as I heard that that's what it was going to be. So my initial thoughts, I've just shown everyone the picture. So if you guys want to, I don't know, screenshot or cross-reference or whatever. BlocksBricks, before I do, says that her grandma sent her a picture of it. Is your grandma on Lego Instagram? BlocksBricks? Or Lego YouTube? I mean, that's cool. So basically what they've done with the Death Star is they've essentially created a giant tower of dioramas within the overall shape of a circle that looks kind of like a slice of pizza, which is why everyone's suggesting that they just sort of sliced it down. with a laser on the side of it so that you can see inside, but it isn't a full circle. Now, the more I look at this, the more I start to hate it a bit less. The more I start to go, you know what, okay, it's quite cool that you can see inside. You can see the all the different dioramas. You know, the size of these dioramas are actually, I think the picture probably doesn't do the size of this thing justice, but it's still disappointing when you think that this is all there is to it. It's not a full Death Star that everyone was hoping for. And I think the problem is with this that it's $1,000. I don't actually inherently think this is a bad set. I remember when the idea leaked and I thought, oh, this is going to be dreadful. I actually think it's quite cool, as in, you know, designed well. We're putting the minifigures to one side. The minifigures, whoever's the minifigure designer, hang your head in shame. No, maybe not hang your head in shame, but you know, take a look at yourself. But actually, I think it's quite a cool set. Like, the concept of it is interesting. It's not what people expected. I think the problem is that it's $1,000. If this was $800, like the Millennium Falcon, I think you'd have won a lot of people over. You'd probably have won me over as well. I think the idea of seeing all the stuff inside, a bit like the Cloud City, because that's what essentially is. It's that, but just on its side. You can see all the scenes inside. But the fact that you can see all the scenes inside then begs the question, why are the minifigures not the best? Because you're going to see them. It's not like, oh, well, we're not going to see the minifigures anyway, so they can... Like, we're going to see our C-3PO without our dual-molded legs. We're going to see these characters that should have had more, not have more, essentially. But there are some cool parts to it, especially the Imperial Shuttle, I think, looks really cool. The throne room area looks cool. But if you own the dioramas, I own the trash compactor diorama. I own the... What was I going to say?
Emperor Throne Room.
Yeah, I own the throne room. If you own these sort of Death Star dioramas, even the hallway, it's it's just kind of like a combination of all of them. Mr. Kiwi says, allow me to be a nerd and bring physics into this, but a full spherical Death Star would require many more pieces for a small increase. A small sphere would require minuscule. Basically, yes, it would be a lot for them to do it at that size. But it looks cool. It's just not $1,000 cool. I think the community is gonna maybe grow on this set a bit more. I think the initial backlash will kind of fade as people get used to what it is.
I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression. It looks nice if you put it up and you look at it, and it has a round spherical shape. If you're displaying it and you're looking at it, you're looking, oh wow, that's cool. You know, check out all the different rooms and how it captures different scenes from the Death Star. That is, I'm not going to complain about that. It is nice, but from what I was expecting, I think it was such a letdown from what I was expecting. And now that also with the price being at $1,000, I was like, that's not worth it. That's just, to me, is not worth it. I still love the set. I'm still going to get it at some point, but I'm going to wait to see when it goes on sale, which I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you know, it's got a lot of good points, a lot of good quality. So I don't want to knock it 100%. I mean, the designer did a good job recreating those rooms and recreating some of the pieces in the Death Star, but it's not all a loss. But at $1,000, it was just, my expectations were so high, I guess, and that's what diminished this thought of wanting to go get it day one. So
yeah, it is a lot of money, and the price per piece, people are saying that, you know, it's decent. 9,000 pieces, $1,000. That's not really 10 cents per piece, but I'm not a massive price per piece person. Just looking at it, I feel kind of resentful at paying £900 for it. And BlocksBricks points out that he's seen a lot of mocks of a Death Star being made that look like what people wanted from a Death Star, so why couldn't Lego do that? Yeah, I think the biggest thing that's against this set is expectations, which is everyone had this big expectation of a $1,000 set. That didn't really quite live up to it. There are some cool elements in here, though. I like the Beach Trooper, for example, that's included. I like those new minifigures. Galen Erso especially looks cool. The Imperial Dignitary and Yularen, Krennic, those cool officers. I feel like we should have had more officers, though, more sort of Imperial people to fill out the Death Star. But from the box, it looks like they filled it out fairly well. At least they've spaced it out. I saw someone point out that because you don't have duplicates of the characters, it's very difficult for you to show all the scenes, and I think that's a very valid point, because this is not a playset. So whereas with the Cloud City, for example, you have two really main scenes that include Han and Leia, you've got two sets of Han and Leia to go with them. Now, they have done that with Luke and Han and Leia in this, but there are other characters I think that needed that. For example, Vader is in the throne room, but he also has his own meditation chamber. Now, he can't be in two places at once. He also can't be dueling Obi-Wan Kenobi in the hangar that they have a specific place for him. So if you put him there, then your Darth Vader's meditation chamber is going to be empty. So I get the feeling that they should have included a few more doubles of the minifigures, just so that when you look at it, you can go, oh, there's Darth Vader there, there's this, there's that. The laser looks cool. I'm very impressed with the way that they've done the laser. And I'll finish up in a sec. I think the trash compactor area is nice, but I have the diorama, and I think the diorama is really cool. I don't really know how you can get better than that diorama. There's a cool droid in there, though. Have you seen that protocol droid with like the printed eyes? That's cool.
Yeah. That looks
like
nice.
That. Overall, I think this is a really nice looking set, but it wasn't what a lot of people wanted, and particularly I don't know who it's appealing to. It's appealing to, I suppose, just answer my own question. It's appealing to adults who have $1,000 to spend on a giant thing to hang on their wall.
Yeah, money is not a problem to them, and and again, I would have bought it. But I had higher hopes for it. Honestly, I've always wanted the original Death Star. I've always wanted a Death Star in my collection. As you see, I got Death Star popcorn buckets. I got Death Star Funko, but I don't have a Death Star Lego. Totally get it.
Yeah. But let me know what you guys think. Are you going to get this set? Do you think it's worth it? Is it worth being the most expensive Lego Star Wars set of all time? Personally, it didn't sway it for me. I think probably, the more I look at it, the more that we get official images, the more I see it in person, I might be thinking, oh, actually, this looks quite cool. But will I spend that much money on it? I think out of principle, I just won't. BlocksBricks says, I like the set. I know it's pricey, but I'm getting it anyway. Precision Bricks says, hi. Welcome, Precision Bricks. JV says, no, you're not going to get it. AB Jar, welcome. Legoland Official says, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Mr. Kiwi says, mock designers don't need to appeal to consumers in terms of pricing. You can make an incredible mock, but it probably has double the pieces of a standard Lego set. Yes, that's true. That's true. Lego will be optimizing it for price. But then, to me, Lego's shooting themselves in the foot with the minifigure problems in this. Like, there's no excuse for no dual-modded legs on the C-3PO. And I'm usually someone who rolls their eyes and goes, does it matter? But I think when you're charging $1,000 and the minifigure's already been made, like, it's another thing to say, oh, Lego should have done this. But the fact that Lego already has done this in a set that's $160 or whatever for the buildable C-3PO, and they didn't do it here, is really weird to me. And it's just kind of cost-cutting. And the other one that people are mentioning is the Imperial officers not getting the dual-modded legs that they really need. Again, why wouldn't you do that? Because you did that for General Veers in the UCS 8080. And that's a really good minifigure. That one got the dual-modded legs. And the dual-modded legs are widely available because they're literally in the Build a Minifig in every Lego store. So for such a tiny fraction of the cost, you could add those things in. And if they had done that, I reckon the community reaction might have been slightly different, because you wouldn't have had that obvious look at, oh, look, the minifigures are bad. If you'd actually made the minifigures all perfect, which I don't think is unachievable. People will complain about everything, but I don't think it's unachievable to make these minifigures better with a few small little changes here and there. So, and
BlocksBricks, she did corrected me. I always thought Lego was a publicly traded, but she corrected me, and you're correct, because I did look it up. Lego was privately owned company, so instead of answering to stockholders, they reinvest profits from high margin toy sales, licensing deals, and nostalgia driven sets directly back into growth. But growth into what? To me, is like growth into their profits, because they're making tons of money, and it seems like that money is not going anywhere but to their CEOs, which again, the model might be a little skewed. that's great that they're not publicly traded. They should be pandering to the people that make them that money, right? But which begs to question me, like, if that's the case, then why? You could have had these really good minifigures. You could have had, at least I was thinking, I'm like, okay, if it's half a spear, I'm taking it, because that would still look cool to me. Just put the backside to it, towards a shelf, and then you're able to kind of like open the panels of the spear, and then you got all these rooms in there. That would have been great. But it was a bit of a letdown, and I can imagine somebody's gonna go and pull apart this entire Death Star and make a smaller scaled Death Star out of all the pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe including a couple extra pieces they buy online, some panel pieces or whatnot. But it wouldn't surprise me if somebody comes out with a better looking Death Star, a little slightly smaller scale, with pieces that are in there. So it's something, I think Lego. But yeah, thank you for that. I'm to be honest, I always thought they were publicly traded. I never really looked into it, but the way they're acting, it seems like they were.
Yeah. I never really follow like the stocks of Lego. That's because they don't, Lego stocks aren't publicly available. BlocksBricks says, if I could trade Lego stock, we would all be rich. Well, we would have all been rich, and then we'd all be hurting our own stock prices by not buying Lego. Maybe that'll give us an incentive. Maybe that's what Lego needs to do to make us buy their products if we all own stocks. Give us some free stocks in their company. I really like the Imperial Shuttle. The more I look at it, that section with the Imperial Shuttle and the stars in the background in the hangar is just a really
probably the best part about it.
Look. Yeah. It's big, and I reckon when I see it in person, there's just going to be that wow factor. If there isn't, then there really is no hope, because they've got to have a wow factor. I'm interested to see the full thing, and I want to see the reviews of it. Probably the first reviews to drop will be from LAN members, but I'll be interested to see what they have to say, regardless of whether they got it for free or not. But of course, you have to remember that when you're looking at LAN reviews. It's really nice, but is it going to be £900? Probably not. It's probably going to be £900, $1,000. Is it that nice? I don't know. I feel like I got a very similar amount of value to literally the Cloud City. Like this, okay, it's not totally paneled off, but this was £400. I would have had to buy this and another one exactly like this, and I still wouldn't have paid the entire cost of the Death Star. Just to put it into context. So I'd have to buy this eBay listing twice, and it's a decent deal for it. But this was used, remember, just to get the value of and an extra £100 just to pay for the Death Star.
Yeah.
This I think provides a similar amount of value, maybe £200 more for the Death Star than this total. But that's just my feeling. Should we bet on whether the Death Star is taller than Judah? Okay, well, that was unnecessary, Mr. Kiwi.
Well, taller than me for sure, but Judah, you're fairly tall, man. I see pictures.
I've grown now, yeah, I have.
To me, you're tall. I mean, everyone's tall to me, though. I'm short.
The reason I think Lego might give a smaller version is they did this Jango ship, maybe. I don't think so. I think it's a different story. I think Jango's ship is a doable playset because they already had the Boba Fett ship that they could literally just recolor. I mean, that was an easy set for them to design, I'm sure. The Jango Fett starship was an easy one for them to design because they already had a design for a Slave One in that scale. The Death Star, I don't think we're going to get another set. I saw you mention whether the gift with purchase is going to be any good. BlocksBricks, rumor has it is going to be a TIE fighter, and the TIE fighter is going to scale with the Death Star. So it's going to be a TIE fighter that is to scale with the Death Star, with a TIE fighter pilot minifigure, which has new printed arms. Is that exciting? Is there anyone who's going to be like swayed enough by a TIE? Does it add that much value? Lego.com will probably value it at around £20 to £30 free for it. I don't know. To scale with the Death Star, so it's like a single stud. Okay, maybe not to scale with the Death Star, Mr. Kiwi, but to scale with the build. So I reckon in the box picture, what I expect is, and obviously this hasn't come out yet, but you can see the hangar there with the Imperial shuttle and stormtroopers. I expect the gift with purchase to be able to sit there alongside the stormtroopers. That's how I would do it if I was Lego. So I would move the stormtroopers. So obviously you got the stormtroopers in this picture because the gift with purchase doesn't automatically come with the set. But if it's a good gift with purchase, it will be able to slot in and sit there where the stormtroopers are, next to scale with the shuttle. So you have a shuttle and a TIE fighter in the Death Star. You know, as an addition. But really, that should be included in the set in the first place. to $1,000, you know? You shouldn't need a DLC for a $1,000 set. Like, they should have added that to the set, made it worth $1,000, then done a lightsaber, which is like Palpatine's lightsaber, to go with Ed and I, who love our lightsabers, who've collected them, and then we can complete our lightsaber collections. It's going to be a TIE fighter. It's basically a DLC for the Death Star.
They really screwed up with that one too, because I said it myself. I'm like, if they come out with the lightsaber, I have to go for it. Then I'm going to buy it just for the lightsaber. But they screwed up and went ahead and made this TIE fighter that kind of nobody wants. I mean, granted, I think seeing the minifigure had some printed arms, which is pretty cool. But just buy that on the secondary market, you know, and just go with it. But maybe even just buy the set on the secondary market. Who knows? Because it's. I don't think. I honestly think the set's going to be discounted at least 20% off. So you're looking at about $800. And I don't think you're, you know, especially initially, you're going to have a hard time finding that gift with purchase for around, if you're lucky, $50, but typically maybe around $100 at the most.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be like the lightsabers around $150, $200. So you can, in essence, save some money if you just buy that one on the secondary market and wait for the Death Star to drop to $800.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there is a general... Now, this is the question. Because the set is $1,000, will the gift with purchase just be really in demand? I don't know. That's a good question. With the other gift with purchases, there's a trend, it seems, that they're getting less expensive on the secondary market because they're making so many of them. So a bit like the Clone Trooper one that they did for May the 4th, that's available quite cheaply now. If you go on eBay, you can probably buy it for like £30. And you can buy the set, which is, you know, still more expensive than it would be as a actual Lego set. It'd probably be £20, but like, you know, you can buy that. The same with the lightsabers, are a little bit more expensive because they were kind of premium sets, and I reckon that's where it will sit. Poor BlocksBricks says that she was hoping for the Death Star. She was hoping for the Darth Vader lightsaber. Yes, where's the Darth Vader lightsaber hilt?
Yeah.
Good point. Brick says the meditation chamber was never seen in the Death Star. It was on board the Super Star Destroyer. That's wasted space. You're right.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that because I was like, and when I seen the meditation chamber, I'm like, oh, okay, meditation. I didn't notice it at first. I'm like, then I started thinking, was it in the Death Star? I didn't know. I couldn't know, but apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, you're right. So Bricks is not seen in the Death Star. I don't think it's that much of a stretch to assume that they would have had one in the Death Star because he has another one in Darth Vader's castle, so it makes sense to me that they would have had one in the Death Star in the world of Star Wars. But either way, there wasn't something that they missed to include that, so I personally view that as a positive that they included it. But as I just said, there should have been 2 Darth Vader minifigures in the set, because then you've got Darth Vader, who's supposed to be in the throne room. He's also supposed to be fighting Obi-Wan, and he's supposed to be in the meditation chamber. So if you're making a space that could only have Darth Vader in it, include a second Darth Vader minifigure for it. Even though they're the same minifigure, just do it. It will be, you know, they could include that minifigure in mechs. Like, they can do that. Again, that's kind of a little problem, which feels like you have to kind of fill out the set yourself, which shouldn't be the case. A bit like the UCS 8080, which you had to buy, if you wanted to fill it, you had to buy all the snowtroopers. And I remember saying at the time they should have included at least more snowtroopers than they did in that set when that came out. Yeah, Darth Vader lightsaber hilt would have been cool though. It's a shame. Or Palpatine's lightsaber. They've already done Luke's from Return of the Jedi, but Darth Vader's was the most obvious one. Rumor has it that TIE fighter is also going to include 2 other minifigures. Whether those are going to be exclusive or not, it's yet to be seen, and what they are, we don't know. Could be just Imperial dignitaries, could be Imperial pilots, could be another Darth Vader, maybe. 2 of the exact same Darth Vaders. I understand a regular Darth Vader and maybe damaged Vader. Two of the exact same sounds absurd. Oh, well, I don't think it sounds absurd. I get what you mean, though. Yeah, maybe you could just include a back to tank Darth Vader. They have back to tank Darth. They've made back to tank Darth Vader before in the Darth Vader's castle, which is a separate minifigure so that he could be in the meditation chamber when you lift it up. So, yeah, there you go. They should have just done that then, rather than include the same minifigure. Good, well, suggested, Mr. Kiwi. So Ed, are you saying that you think when it comes out you might just buy the gift with purchase and then wait for the Death Star itself to drop?
Yeah. If it's worth it to me, if I see what it looks like, I think it'd be worth it just to buy it on the secondary market. Don't wait too long, obviously, because the more scarce they become, the more expensive they're gonna get. But I would try to get. Actually, that's probably gonna be I'll probably buy the gift with purchase first, before the Death Star actually comes out, or before I get the Death Star. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's going to seem to be the better value. I honestly think the Death Star is going to drop in price. I mean, the way it seems, there's going to be. I mean, granted, you have people that think they still like the Death Star. And again, I like the Death Star, just not for $1,000. I refuse to pay $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
Just like I refuse to pay $160 for an MTT. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I love it depends. I'm not doing it.
It honestly depends where the community goes with this set. Whether they go, well, it actually looks cool, let's buy it, or whether they go, actually, no, I'm going to vote with my wallet as such. I voted with my wallet on this summer wave, and I didn't buy any of the sets day one. The one that I think is actually worth it, that I'm very tempted by, is the V19 Torrent, which is already on sale for £5 off on Amazon, which is just a fair price to me. It was already a fair price to begin with. £5 off again makes it the fair price that it should have been. Well, I think it was fairly priced in the first place. So, but even then, I'm waiting because I know it's going to go down further. And I think with the other sets, it's a similar story. The Death Star is interesting though, because this is my theory, which is it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be like you remember the Marvel like Black Panther and Iron Man, like huge Marvel sets that like didn't sell very well, and then they ended up going to like 30% off on Lego.com. It could end up like that, but I think Star Wars is too popular for that to happen. I reckon it would go down to 20% off.
Yeah, I was hoping in my mind. I was like, yeah, I could wait for 30%, but I might not because I'm. You're right. I don't think it'll go that low. Although some people do expect it to go that low. In my mind, I don't think Lego's gonna. I mean, you might be able to find it in the secondary market. Is it going to be exclusive to the Lego website?
Well, this is what I'm trying to work out. I think it probably will be a Lego exclusive, and in that case, Lego themselves has full control of the pricing. And they might decide to call people's bluff and say, we are not moving this pricing, and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it may just stay, and then if people don't buy it, they may make the decision that they'd rather cut production and just end it and retire it early than cut the price. Which would be a real shame because there are a lot of people, myself included, who would very much like to get this set but won't pay the full price for it. So I wonder if Lego's going to go, if it doesn't sell very well, oh, well, let's just retire it, which is what happened to the Cloud City, or whether they'll go, actually, let's put it on sale. Because I don't usually see Lego.com exclusives going on sale. Do you? Can anyone in the chat think of
not usually, unless they're retiring it, unless it's almost gone. That's the only time I've really even seen sets go that low. But like I said, if it's very popular, I don't think it'll go down to the 30%.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a Death Star. I'm sure there's going to be people who still want it. It's still going to sell. I just don't know how long it's going to be selling for at $1,000.
Yeah. And I wonder how long it's going to stay out for. Whether they'll keep it out for many, many years, like the Millennium Falcon, or whether it'll be a bit more like the AT-AT, which I think is retiring. It's retired, isn't it? Only 3 years that was on shelves. Is this the most controversial Lego release? Ooh, good question. I don't think so. I think the one that I remember more controversy about was the Assault on Hoth, if people remember that one. That was the Hoth Master Builder Series set that was kind of a big mess. It wasn't really anything. It wasn't like
a bunch of pieces scattered.
Yeah, it wasn't a Hoth Echo base. It was you had the door of the Echo Base, and then you had a little bit of like a Wampa cage, and then you had a Tauntaun, and then you had a Snowspeeder, and then you had, and it was kind of like a bundle of stuff of different sets that were already on shelves at the same time, shoved together, and then called Master Builder Series. Very different to the Cloud City, which I think is an excellent set that, yes, it includes sets like the Carbon Freezing Chamber, which are sets on shelves before, but it creates a full scene, whereas the other one was just like, oh, here's a number of different bits and bobs. So I think that's probably more controversial than this one.
But compared to the price, I mean, I think if you look at the price now, I mean, that set's probably a little more worth it than what we're seeing here today.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'd agree. Wrong logo, no pilot, only 2 figs. Oh, you're talking about the UCS gunship. Yes, there was controversy around the UCS gunship. You're right. I don't know, though, whether... The controversy about the UCS gunship was controversy almost about the way that it was sold to people rather than the actual build. Because I remember when the UCS gunship released, there was like everyone was united in saying this is a really good looking UCS gunship. The problem was with 2 things, which is the minifigures and the comments that the designer made about it being an original trilogy set, about the clone commander doubling as a clone pilot. It was kind of a massive PR disaster for LEGO then. But the chip itself, I think, everyone was saying it's really good. The minifigures, people were just disappointed that it wasn't what people wanted, which was Cody and Jedi Bob, which obviously we now have in sets. We have Jedi Bob Starfighter and Cody in the ATT. So little did we know they were going to make them in cheaper sets so that more people could buy them, which I don't inherently oppose. I just feel like those figures were quite underwhelming, like Mace Windu with a little bit of dirt on him. So there was controversy around it. I don't feel like that controversy was quite as much as that Assault on Hoth, which was very much laughed at by everyone, saying, "Are you serious? This is a Master Builder Series set." Well, I'd very much like to see a Hoth Echo Base Master Builder Series, because they didn't do that last time. But I do want to move on. We are past the hour mark, approaching an hour and a half. Thank you so much, everybody who's here. Please do hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. And if you'd like to donate to support me, please consider using the link in the description. Ed's very generously offered to give 5 entries to his giveaway of $50 worth of Lego to anybody who does want to donate. I can't say that the donations are going to they're probably not going to go towards a video, but they'll certainly go towards my Lego hobby, and that's always very much appreciated. So if you want to pop a donation in, please consider doing that. And
do it now.
And I do want to move on, because the other thing I want to talk about is the LEGO Star Wars 2026 rumors, which show that for people like myself who thought they can't keep getting away with this in terms of price increases, oh no, we were wrong. Have you heard the 2026 rumors, Ed?
A few of them, but not really. I mean, I've seen some of that they're releasing an X-Wing and the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter or something like that. But for like $100, I'm like, well, thank God I already have an X-Wing.
Yeah.
She said, like, you think hopefully Lego will learn from this experience coming up, that they don't want to put that X-Wing out at that price. I don't know. It's something I'm missing on that, because how they jack it up to $100, and it's again probably going to be another downscaled version. Lego.
Yeah. BlocksBricks has one last question about the Death Star, saying, is the back of the new Death Star completely flat? So from what I've heard, you should be able to hang it up on your wall. That is the rumor, that it will have like hooks for you to hang on your wall if you want to do that. But it will also obviously stand up on its own on that stand.
But it's hardly half a sphere either. It's not like I said. If it was half a sphere, I would have been like, okay, that's not that bad. But no, it's like I call it a death slice.
It's a slice, and I think there's supposed to be a little bit. It's not perfectly flat on the back, though. Yeah, maybe that rumor about hanging it on the wall, again, we'll find out, because I'm sure the official images will drop any day now, because they know it's out there, they know people have seen it, and the people will be closely watching the community's reaction, and probably in horror, realizing that, wait, what? It didn't go down well. But I think there's supposed to be a little section where the Beach Trooper is, because he's not seen in the picture, and I think that's supposed to be at the top, at the back. So, but there's nothing at the back, as in terms of like rooms, that you can see on the back of the box. They would have been shown. So 2026 rumors then, very early, but here we are. MIDI scale 8080 gets a price increase from $60 to $65. Again, I don't see any reason for that, as opposed to because again the tariffs have been priced in at this point. Like I don't think. I mean, I may be wrong. The orange president may have announced a new tariff on Denmark in a tweet yet last night, but I don't think he did. In which case, it seems like they're just going, can we charge $65 for this? Yeah, we probably can.
All they got to go is donate a couple million to his campaign, and they'll be exempt from the tariff. So.
Oh yeah.
Go for it, Lego. He's for sale.
Yes, yeah. Yes. Give him. You know, I saw. Sorry, I won't get political, but I have to show this. Who's the CEO of Apple? And it really made me want to boycott Apple.
That's what made me say it. Yeah.
He went to the White House and bought Trump this gold-plated, like real gold, like Apple statue, and got it out of like an official Apple box and popped it on the stand. Made a big show of it in front of the cameras. This is for you, Mr. President, because you've been so good to us, and this is a blessing from Apple to you, and this is solid gold, and it can sit here on your desk. And I just thought, this is bribery happening on international television. Nobody cares.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's absolute bribery, and you just think, what would have happened if Obama had done that? He wore.
God forbid he did it.
Yeah, he wore a beige suit, and they all had a heart attack.
And they're all having their hands. Their tiny little whiteys are all hemmed up in a bunch, just for a tan suit.
Yeah, and instead, this guy literally is accepting a bribe from the CEO of Apple in front of the world, and goes, "Thank you, this is so nice." And then what do you know? They're gonna. Apple's going to invest more in America, and no doubt some money's going to go to Trump's account, and happy days. So, was it Tim Cook? Or is it Tim Cook?
Happy days.
I don't know. Yeah. But yes, if the CEO of Lego wants to impress Trump, he needs to head over.
Send him a gold Lego.
Send him a gold Lego brick. A
big gold Lego brick like this big.
Yeah. Engraved with MAGA on the side. That he can just pop on his desk, and then suddenly that's it. You can allow trade in. I mean, I did see him confusing, Mattel, the toy company. He called that a country. He said, we reduced tariffs on Mattel. I don't know whether he did put tariffs on Mattel, the toy company, but no, he confused Mattel with a country. So maybe if Lego's lucky enough, he'll sign an executive order to say, actually, you know what, Lego is exempt from stocks because he thinks Lego's a company. Tim Cook, was it Tim Cook? Yeah. Oh, look, Apple stock is up 2% today. There you go. The rich get richer because Trump was handed a gold plate.
Oh, my God.
So, yes, I like to think Lego has slightly more morals than that. If they did that, I don't buy Apple products. If I did, I would probably, I own an Apple phone, but I don't go out buying Apple products in the way I buy Lego. But if Lego did that, I'd boycott Lego for sure because I just not on. But yeah, if the stock's up, Apple stock's up today, then Apple CEO will be happy that he bought that giant gold plate for him. Yeah. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to get political, but I clearly did. But you know what? Sometimes you have to make a stand. I think there's some weird. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there is some weird stuff going on with the Washington D.C. sending out the troops. Because Washington, D.C. is not having a crime wave. So why do they want troops?
Neither was L.A., bro. Like, come on. It's been the same as always. You have more crime per capita in red states than you do in blue states. And you're over here sending Marines to this is my town here.
Why do they want, this is my question, and I'm just going to pose the question and move on with my life. Why do they want troops on the ground in blue states just before the midterm elections? The only answer to him. I don't know, but that's what seems to be happening from an international perspective. We're going to move on, though, although I'm sure if my granddad's watching, I'm going to get a message from him. Stop talking politics. Okay, fine. I'll move on.
Sorry, Grandma.
Yeah. So, rumors, Lego Star Wars rumors. That was a big tangent, wasn't it? Yeah, big tangent. but a necessary one, I think, because if we don't talk about this, then it gets shoved under the carpet by the constant circus. So, Lego Rumors, $100 X-Wing, which is insane. Apparently, it's supposed to include what they call a smart brick, which like reacts to the way that you move the X-Wing. So I expect it's going to be a brick that goes in the middle of the X-Wing, and then you move the X-Wing, goes, you know, makes sound. Now, for generations, kids have been going meow and haven't needed a really expensive Lego brick in the middle of the model to do that for them. So I personally don't see that as a necessary upgrade to the set, but we'll see what happens. Maybe there's something really, really cool about it. But to me, sound effects brick or a light brick, you know, imagination does still exist in the digital age, so kids should be able to do that. And there are some really good X-Wings that Lego has made. 2018, 2019 era, sort of those big sequel trilogy X-Wings and the original trilogy X-Wing. If it was like that for $100, fine. Like, that's a $100 set because it's that big, it's a great scale, detailed. But rumor has it it's going to have less pieces than the 2021 X-Wing, which is not looking good. Not looking good. And especially since you have a dual pack, the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, Rebuild the Galaxy, for $110, currently available. So you can go online and buy an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter for $110, and if you wait for that set to retire, and then you want to buy the Darth Vader's TIE and the X-Wing, it'll cost you $170 next year. So who knows? Who knows? But I mean, I never bought that Rebuild the Galaxy set. It never really appealed to me because I wasn't particularly a fan of the. Did you get that one, Ed?
No, the dual set with the TIE Fighter. I mean the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter.
Yeah,
I did not get it. I figured I already have both of those vehicles, those ships, so it didn't appeal to me either.
You know, this is what happened. I was so confident, guys, that the Death Star was going to be really, really cool, that I sold my 2021 TIE Fighter when I heard that the gift with purchase was going to be a TIE Fighter.
Oh, man.
So, but I did buy, I will get it out, it's built, it's there, the 2018, and I built the 2018 TIE Fighter instead, which is an excellent, the best TIE Fighter Lego has made is the 2018 Solo: A Star Wars Story. Big boy, accurate, amazing minifigs, fair priced TIE Fighter, right? Great price. At the time anyway. It's a bit more expensive if you want to buy it now, but very good scale. So I have that one. I don't have a player scale original trilogy X-Wing because I didn't buy the previous one. I didn't really want it because the minifigs came in the Yavin set. But I have a play scale sequel trilogy one and the UCS. The UCS X-Wing I have, that big Red 5 one. So I don't think it's going to tempt me to get that new X-Wing. I don't even think if they do like incredible minifigs that would tempt me to get it. That's just like crazy money. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is one that I'm cautiously excited for. Again, apparently that's supposed to be $70, which is a lot of money. Now I'm really hoping it's going to be big, but I don't know. I feel like it won't be.
Probably won't be.
I was really hoping it was going to be big because I do want a new Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. We haven't had one in many, many years. But that's going to include Darth Vader and apparently a couple of other figs, and maybe those will be Death Star figs that are shoved in a cheaper set. I'd love to get Krennic in that set, or no way they'll put Galen Erso, but maybe Yularen or Tarkin in the TIE Fighter, which would be nice for those of us that may not buy that Death Star. You know, if you can get those exclusive figs, then you definitely won't need to buy the Death Star. Of course, they'll keep some exclusive, but maybe they'll include the droid. I don't know. They'll include something cool from that Death Star, I'm sure. If they don't do that, then... But Darth Vader's TIE, as William Bill says, is rumored to have less pieces than the TIE Bomber. So, it's going to be a baby for $70. Yeah. I'm not particularly excited about the MIDI-scale AT-AT. I've heard at the end of the year, though, this year, we're going to get a gingerbread AT-AT, which I think is awesome. Like
that's going to be cool.
Yeah. That's going to be cool. Really looking forward to that. There's going to be a couple of Mandalorian...
I might get to the diorama one, the display AT-AT, just because, I mean, I'm getting all the other ones mostly, and it probably would be a downscaled version of it. I'm hoping it still looks really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of the MIDI scales, but they look really good together. So that's why I've been getting them.
Yeah, I mean, I own the 2020 Playscale 8080, which is the best Playscale 8080 they've ever made. And rumor has it that there's going to be another 8080 coming out. So if there's a gingerbread 8080, and there's a MIDI scale 8080, and there's a Mandalorian movie 8080, that's 3 8080s on shelves at the same time. I think that's too many 8080s together. I personally don't see the need for a MIDI scale 8080. I don't really get why they do it unless it includes like a bit of snow. Do you get me? Like a bit like they did with the Probe Droid. They included like a base of snow.
Right.
It has to be like a little micro scene, maybe with a mini snow speeder around it. Otherwise, I don't really get what they want from it. It's got to look like a nice little diorama rather than just, here's 8080, because you can get that if you buy another set. As someone who needs to build the UCS 8080 as well as 2021, a new 8080 is of zero interest to me, so I won't get that. I am excited though, because Cobb Vanth is going to be showing up apparently in a Cobb Vanth speeder set, but that's supposed to be $35 for a speeder. That's it. It's just a speeder.
Oh Lord.
And yeah, I know. Oh Lord was my reaction as well. And also there is the Mandalorian and Grogu speeder for $10. I feel like that's going to be a polybag build in a box. I really, like some people saying, yay, it's so cool that we get a $10 Lego Star Wars set. I genuinely think it's supposed to have less pieces than, do you remember the Trouble on Tatooine set, Ed? Which had like the Tusken Raider campfire?
Yeah.
It's supposed to have less pieces than the speeder in that set, which is a little speeder. So it's going to be a baby speeder with Mando and Grogu. But rumor has it that the way they're going to get people to buy it is by including the UCS Razor Crest Mandalorian minifigure in it. And if they do, that's a real shame for people like me, I think, who love the UCS Razor Crest, and I loved having that exclusive minifigure. You know, if you release it, they would do exactly what they did to the Captain Rex, which is nuke the value of that really cool minifigure. I think they should just make a new Mandalorian movie one and leave that Mandalorian Season 1 Mando alone, because that's like a perfect one. And you know, you could create a really detailed arm-printed, leg-printed Mando based off the movie. I'm sure they will. But in a way, I think them just shoving that minifigure in is the only way they're going to people are going to justify paying $10 for what is essentially a poly bag. So there's that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other rumors, if anyone can remember. Oh, the 8080 from the Mandalorian movie is a rumor that's floating around there, which would be cool. Would be cool to see that if it's a slightly different design to the normal 8080. If there are any others that I forget, please let me know, because I've tried to be on top of things over the last week. For the first time in a while, I've been really following Lego Star Wars, probably because I haven't had much else to do because I've been ill. But yeah, my mind is a little bit more pessimistic than usual on Lego Star Wars just because of the pricing. And I said this in the moderators group chat, which is if you took the prices of all the summer sets, reduced them by 20%, released the summer wave, people would be saying this is the best summer wave we've had for years. Yeah, there would still be some people who complain about Clone Trooper helmet holes and details on minifigures and things like that. But overall, there's so many good sets out right now. They're just too expensive, which is a big problem. And I feel for
nice sets. They're all nice sets. I mean, like I said, even the Death Star, I think it looks nice. It's just not the Death Star I wanted. Not the Death Star I wanted, and then not for that price.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Mr. Kiwi, are you still there? Because I'm interested, are you going to get the Death Star? Because I feel like you're leaning towards getting it, Mr. Kiwi. From the way that you're speaking about it, I haven't heard you speak positively about a Lego set in a while.
Will you be paying $1,000 for it, Mr. Kiwi?
Yeah, that's my question.
That is the question.
Yeah. I'm only buying Darth Vader's tie if it gets some figs from the Death Star. I agree. Darth Vader's tie is rumored to have less... Oh, no, we read that one. Yeah. So, slightly disappointed with the rumors for next year.
Mr. Kiwi is here now. Are you going to pay $1,000 for it, Mr. Kiwi? Or are you going to wait? Are you going to pay? Is there a day one for you? We're all curious to know.
Like, personally, I had so much fun building the MBS Cloud City, and for the first time, I'm actually looking on eBay when there's new Lego sets available that I haven't bought yet. I'm already looking on eBay at older sets that I might want because they're better. And that tells me that actually maybe the new sets aren't that good if I'm tempted by sets that are 7 years old and still thinking this is probably better than, you know, the new turbo tank or whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah, I took your 7-day advice and I lost out on a Cloud City for $900, sir.
Sounds a bit
Oh, I was looking at
frustration
yours,
there.
like,
I mean, yeah, but
I was looking at yours with a bitter face. I'm like,
think about it. Think about it though. You saved $900.
yeah, I did. No, I didn't because I just spent it somewhere else.
The aim was to save money or to get something that you really want. The problem with people like us is that we'll just after 7 days we'll be like, "Do you still want it?" Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, we did have a great time. Cynthia's enjoying starting her little pin collection, and I did get a Death Star, and I think I showed it to you already, but I'll show it to you again.
Oh yeah.
This is a full-on. Let me see. I can't see myself here. Full-on Death Star on my watch.
Very cool. Yeah, you sent me a picture. It's awesome.
And it lights up. It's pretty cool when you charge it. It's lighting up. The lasers and everything right here lights up when you're anytime you scan it to get into the park, because it's not a watch. And if you guys are asking, this is a Disney. What do they call them, Ben? What do they call the watch? Huh? Magic band. They call them. They got Darth Vader there, which looks really cool. The Death Star, and then you got stormtroopers all along here. So these magic bands allow you to go into the park without having to open up your phone and scan your tickets. So you just kind of like an Apple Watch, you go teek and you go into the ride. Or when you're taking a picture, like we could take pictures and we get all of ours for free. He takes the pictures and instead of scanning your phone, he just scans our watch. There's certain places you can go get like little goodies, like little collectible tickets. They print out like these tickets and they like kind of like postcard tickets that are, you know, kind of collectible. Little things like that, little nuances. And then when there's certain places in the park, when you walk by, it'll vibrate on your wrist and it'll let you know that you're next to a feature or whatever. And they tell you, okay, that you look at the sign that says wave your watch in a circle. When you wave your watch in a circle, the Mickey that's in front of you starts talking to you and starts saying all kind of cool stuff to you. So it's, you know, it's a feature, but we never really wanted to get it until the other day when we went. We got around $800 worth of merchandise, but we got it for like 40% off because I don't know if I told you about the friend that we made at the bar there. He's an older gentleman, works at the bar there at Downtown Disney. He's always, you know, just became kind of a good friend of ours. You know, is offering us his home in Ensenada if we ever want to take a trip down there. He's always giving me a good discount on my drinks, and you know, he's seen me and Cynthia since before she was pregnant, and coming around, he finally met the baby too, and he told us, if you ever want something from there, let me know. I get 40% off. I'm like, we'll be right back. They're like, we'll be right back. So we went and got all this stuff that, you know, me and Cynthia wanted.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. What's that, Ben? Oh yeah, no, he's told us before, but this is the first time we actually took him up on his offer.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got a lot of cool stuff for a really good deal.
Yeah.
Including the watches.
So there's the Death. That's where the Death Star money went.
That's where the Death Star money went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Time to save up if you do want to get the Death Star then. And I'm in the same position. Like I have some money that I put aside for the Death Star, but you know I just can't bring myself to spend that much money on you. Like I've been very lucky over the years to have made friends with some fantastic people who paid for the most expensive Lego sets that I've had. Like Brick Citrus, incredible guy. He paid for the UCS 8080, which I need to do my live stream series with him. Now I'm well. I want to get that started as soon as I can. I think I'd be pretty pushy to ask him to pay $1,000. So I think I might have to save up if I want to get that one. But we shall see what happens. Mr. Kiwi says, I think it's obvious that the Death Star is a bit too much money. I probably won't spend £900 on it, but I'm considering it. Also, as I'm a uni student, the £900 could go to use elsewhere. Yeah, that's true. We are uni students now, so
yeah,
very true.
What's up, Madlib? Welcome, Martin. Good to see you, buddy. He says, "Happy birthday, Judah." TBB.
Thank you, Madlib.
Hello, Lego lovelies. Hello to you, Martin. Hope your day's going well, sir.
I'm putting my first stickers on this set, and I just put a sticker on that was 1 stud in length. Come on, that should have been printed. It's really annoying when that happens. 1 stud, really? Really? Okay. Right. Pop that back. Yeah, so
I'm putting my. Just kidding. There's no stickers in this set, which is not. But there's also no minifigures. This is your minifigure right here.
Yeah.
The little
Well,
here.
no minifigures in the helmet sets either. So,
Yeah.
although I obviously did get my Jango from the UCS one, I really do want the Llama Sue minifigure from that from the other Jango Fett Starship. You know the one I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna get these sets. The Jango Fett one is not that expensive either. I mean, yeah, it's pricier than the Slave one, Boba Fett, but it does come with a few more pieces, and it does come with some killer minifigures. So, not the worst one for the summer wave by far.
Yeah. I never heard of a 1 stud sticker before. Yeah, no, they do exist. They're here. The 2018 the 2016 and 2018 Lego Star Wars was absolute peak. Interesting you say that. I'm not sure I agree as someone who lived through the 2018 and 2016. 2018 was my Lego Dark Age, so only recently I've gone back and bought the Lego Star Wars solo sets. 2016 and 2017 were heavily sequel trilogy sets, and some of them weren't that great. So I don't know about 2016 to 2018 being the best. I mean, some of the big sets there were the best, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I have like a favorite Lego Star Wars era. 2020, 2021 was pretty good as far as that. 2021 went back to the weird downscaled ones. But you know what? I think we're living through a pretty good Lego Star Wars era in terms of what we're getting now. It's just the prices that put everyone off. Like, if you sent 2020 Lego YouTube that in 2025 we'd be getting a turbo tank with the Galactic Marines and an MTT and a Plo Koon's Starfighter Microfighter and sets from a brand new Ahsoka show and a Mandalorian movie and a $1,000 Death Star and a Razor Crest, big UCS set, people would be like ecstatic about how good this was. Unfortunately, because of the prices, everyone is just not happy about it.
Baby's happy.
He's happy right now. Not going crazy. My baby lately. I don't know if it's sometimes that babies get upset stomachs. We really can't see sometimes. Obviously, they can't express what they're feeling.
Yeah.
But man, the last couple of days, I don't know if he just had a upset tummy or something, but he was wailing like I've never heard him wail before, and it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart to hear him.
Yeah.
Like it gets me. I don't want to say it gets me upset. I mean, I get frustrated because sometimes you don't know what he needs and everything. And I just want him to stop crying, but it's more heartbreaking, man. I'm like, oh, my son, why are you crying so hard? And he's over here turning red, doing it like a
yeah.
I'm like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Poor guy. But he's doing much better today. Apparently, Cynthia said he woke up happy. Well, you guys did sleep well. Like he did sleep more. I'm noticing he's sleeping more.
Yeah.
Good throughout the night.
That's very
not
good.
Waking up every hour or two. Yeah. He's waking up like every 3-4 hours. So let's see. They also work as an amiibo. I'm not sure what amiibo means.
I think he was talking. I think that came through when you were talking about your Lego, your wristbands.
The wristband. But what is amiibo?
Yeah,
I'm not sure I don't know what amiibo means. If you can explain that, Phoenix Demand.
William Build says, I'd say 2016 to 2018 was great because you love Rogue One and the Rogue sets were... Yes, sorry, I totally skipped over Rogue One sets. Rogue One Lego Star Wars sets were really, really good, and I own most of them. So 2016, I was very much into Lego Star Wars. I got the Shuttle,
buddy.
The ATST, the Hover Tank, the U-Wing. Some really, really good sets based off Rogue One. And, yeah.
I had to get them. Now I have a Tarut sealed.
Ah, you got it.
Yeah.
You going to open it?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. They're gonna stay sealed. I got this one and the ATST that I just showed. You were looking down, but yeah, I got both of them.
Oh.
I just wanted Chirrut and Baze Malbus.
Yeah. Maybe wait and see if they do Rogue One sets next year, and then if not, then you open them and build them for the anniversary.
There we go. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
The NFC.
I'm happy I have the original Death Star 101-88 from 2008. My Death Star has all those scenes in it, and it is a full sphere. Yeah, lucky for you, Madlib. I'm actually thinking about wanting to buy one of those. It was either between that one or the Cloud City, because I can still find that one for about $800. Although I don't know why I'm thinking I'm more interested in the 7.5, I believe 7.5-1591, which came out in like 2015, because it has updated minifigures. I don't know. I mean, and I've been trying to get everyone's opinion. What do you think is a better? I know, Madlib, you love your set, and it's a more nostalgic set, right? Because it's got the older type minifigures. But I feel like I want the updated minifigures. But I don't know. To me, it's I think I want the updated figures. But it's the difference between getting the Death Star for $800, which you can get the 101-88 for that price right now, or I pay closer to like $1,500 for the 7.5-159 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think the extra money is worth it. I think the difference that you're going to be getting in minifigures is irrelevant, because every minifigure you get in that set is going to be outdated. It's not like the Cloud City, which I built that and I didn't feel like I was building outdated minifigures, because these are sort of in the modern era of Lego Star Wars anyway, sort of 2018 minifigures. Like, they're really, really good quality. The Death Star minifigures, I don't remember them being anything particularly special. Someone can correct me, but I think they were just your ordinary stormtroopers, Palpatine, Darth Vader, Imperial officers, gunners, guards. So
so that's what I'm trying to figure out. If the newer Death Star from 2015, I believe, was anything like super updated or super better than the Zero.
I think that's still going to feel outdated if you build that one, especially with the minifigures that we have now, and comparing it to, subconsciously comparing it to the new Death Star. I wouldn't rush into buying the older Death Stars just in case you end up getting the newer one anyway. I just wouldn't. And if you do want to get an older Death Star, I would say the builds are very similar. So whichever is the cheapest, I would go for. Like, I remember the 2015 one, people were almost disappointed when that came out because they were saying it's so similar to the older one. The changes that they made were so small, and the minifigures was essentially the only thing that they properly updated. But either way, you're getting outdated minifigures, because the set you're buying is at least going to be a decade old anyway. So I don't think the updated minifigs are anything crazy. Whereas if there was a Cloud City set that released like in 2008 versus, well, there was an older Cloud City, but that was out of the question because of the price. But if there was a reasonably priced Cloud City in the early 2000s, versus this one has like proper updated, really cool minifigures. I don't think the Death Star had that. But correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. But that's part of the reason why I wanted this, because the minifigures here live up to 2025 standards, whereas I don't think the Death Star ones do, so therefore it doesn't matter which ones you get. That's my view. Oh, Phoenix Demand says they're NFCs for the games that you can scan on the Nintendo Switch. I think these talk about your wristbands. Oh, I assume Ed's talking. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, I just said that Phoenix Demand said that your wristbands were NFCs for your games that you can scan on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you know what that means.
Well, I don't have a Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Fraser O'Neill says, happy birthday, Judah. Got you to 30 likes. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fraser.
We are entering the final 10 minutes of the live stream, because I don't want to overdo my voice as I'm still recovering, and I've got to have some dinner with the family at some point. So last opportunities, guys. Hit the like button. If you want to put in a donation with the link in the description, always much appreciated. Goes a long way in supporting me. And yeah, we've got 10 minutes to go. We're going to finish taking your questions, chat about anything Lego Star Wars, and I'll probably finish bag 2 of this Jango Fett and we'll finish in 10 minutes. BlocksBricks has a good question, which is, if you could keep one Lego Star Wars set forever, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, I was reading that one right now. I'm like, that's just another way of saying which one is your favorite Lego set.
Yeah,
And
true. But the answer
Gonna
might
be
be
sneaky.
different. The answer might be different because you might want to keep, I don't know, your first Lego Star Wars set because it's really nostalgic for you. Or like for you, it might be you want to keep the Pod Racer.
I like the Pod Racer, but no, honestly, it might be R2. I don't know. The UCS R2. Yeah, because he's just like your little buddy pal, R2, with you. It's either that or Maz Eisley, probably.
Yeah.
Because Maz Eisley's got all the great minifigures to play with.
Yeah.
So
is this the UCS R2 or the R2 that came with Darth Malak?
The UCS one.
Okay. Nice. I'm thinking now. I think I would go with, I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But I love them all. I wouldn't abandon anyone. Leave no man behind.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
it's an unfair question.
I'm gonna say the Mos Eisley. And my favorite Lego Star Wars set is the Razor Crest. But I think the Mos Eisley is just such a cool set that if I only owned one Lego Star Wars set, it would be the kind of set I'd want in a glass table in my like coffee table in my house, and you'd be able to see it, and you'd be able to see all the minifigures inside, and it's just so iconic. Whereas the Razor Crest is a bit more niche because it's from something new, whereas that's obviously from the original 1977 Star Wars. So I'd probably go with the Mos Eisley, but both of them, Razor Crest is up there as well. But Razor Crest is probably my favourite set. I think it's the best one. But yeah. Good question, though. Let us know your answers, guys, in the chat. I'm very happy to have the original Death Star. Oh, no, we already read that one. Yeah, let us know your answers in the chat, guys. Okay, I'm almost done with bag 2 of Jango's helmet. Very similar, as you would expect, to any other helmet set, particularly Boba Fett. But stickers. So many stickers.
More stickers.
Yeah, I feel like in sets like this, especially 18+ display helmets, they should really be printed.
Yep, I agree.
Especially when, like, this bit that I'm stickering around here is, like, the front of the visor bit. And it's so easy to misalign that, and then you have like a wonky visor. Like, just, it should be printed. Okay. Is Cynthia feeding Ezra?
Yeah, she's asking. It's like, are you almost done? I'm like, because I guess he gets fussed. I tell Cynthia this. What happens when you carry him so much? Because he's slowly becoming a mama's boy for sure. Like, especially now that Cynthia is not bottle feeding him and is strictly going off, her chest. He's getting so attached to her. So it's hard for me to like get him to calm down when he's fussy. He just wants to be next to mommy.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to go pee. Just put him down because he's either going to cry with me or he's going to cry in the seat. And he'll probably be better off on the seat.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was asking right now how long much more. I was like, it's not much longer. But she wants to start making her breakfast and everything. So I'm like, which I'm hungry too because all I've had was a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
didn't have no bread this morning. Huh?
Oh, what time is it there?
It's gonna be 11. It's 11 o'clock on the dot right now. Well, it'll be like brunch for us.
Sorry, Ed?
It'll be like brunch for us.
Ah, okay. Yeah. BlocksBricks says, have a wonderful week, TBB, BlocksBricks, and chat. Time to go and enjoy the sun. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Have fun. Enjoy the sun.
Take care, BlocksBricks.
Have fun with the sun. Thank you for being here.
And she also said that she'd choose Mos Eisley, which is interesting because that's all three of us mentioning Mos Eisley as a set that we choose. I think it just.
It's such a great set.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see. You can't go wrong with it because it's got such a great build, and it's got so many great minifigures, exclusive minifigures. Like, you can't leave that one behind. You can have fun with that all day, recreating scenes.
Yeah. Green Goose says, I too am here. Hello, you're here.
The Goose. Hello there.
If you could get any Lego set that you don't have right now, but you could never sell it, what would it be? You can never
I want the N1 Starfighter, the one with the chrome pieces. I saw one for 2,500, which is a freaking steal right now. You told me not to get it again, Judah, and I didn't. And it's so,
guys, I'm being a positive influence.
he's doing a good job at telling me not to get them, and I don't get them. They sell them, and then I cry and get over it. I really want.
I bet Cynthia thanks me when she sees that you haven't just gone and spent.
Oh yeah, she's happy because she got more money to spend on her pins. I'm telling you, if you think I got a lot of pins. If you guys saw some of you guys saw my last stream, but a lot of people weren't there. But you've seen all the pins that I was putting in my bag here, and I think I got about probably close to 30 pins. She probably got double that right now. She's probably got about 60 pins now.
Oh my word!
So her collection is getting up there, and she's quite enjoying it.
Well, she's finally found something that she's gotten into then, so that's good.
Yeah. See, they're pins like these Disney pins, and I think I showed this one during the stream, but this one I didn't put it in my bag because it had like a little green leaf here. I'm like, why did they just put Genie there? So I literally see it was in the back there.
All right.
And it was a little piece of metal, so I literally bent the metal and snapped it off. Because I think it looks so much better without it. That's the Genie's lamp from Aladdin.
Very cool.
And the same thing with Chip here. He had this little green plant thing growing out of. I don't understand what it would represent. If anything, make it look like bubbles. So I ended up snapping that piece of metal off too, and there you go.
Destroying the value.
No. That looks so much more better. I don't think I'm ever going to give these away, anyways, because I love Beauty and the Beast. I love Aladdin. Those are the ones that I grew up with, and that's going to be something I just want to keep. And it just looks way better to me. Those are the only two I had to destroy. They just kind of look funny with the little green. It looked like a little green plant, and it was plastic. I was like, no, he looks much better like that, blowing his little bubbles out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably did destroy the value of it.
Phoenix Demand says it won't let me tip you. If you want to put in a donation, you use the link in the description. You go into the link in the description. I'll do it alongside you. Because generally, it is possible, but you just have to log in. So you go into the link in the description, not the YouTube tipping. You know what? You know what's annoying? They have a limited YouTube payout. So in my AdSense account, it says I have £52.50 stuck there because it won't give me £52.50 because it says the minimum payment is £60. Who knows how long it's going to take for me to get £10 on YouTube AdSense when I'm not making videos? So I just have £50 stranded. Maybe you should put it in super chat then, and then it will come. Maybe that's the way to do it. But
it'll unfreeze your account there.
Yeah, if you go to Streamlabs, you have to log in with your. So you go to the link in the description. You log in with your YouTube link, which will be your Google account. You put login with YouTube, and then you'll log in with your Google account. So I'm doing that now. Choose your account. You're signing in to just put continue. It says it wants access to your Google account. That's just going to view your profile picture and your name. Then you put your amount in, so GDP 1, your message, and then you put donate, and then it will give you the option to use credit card or PayPal. So those are your options there. Hopefully you're able to do that if you want to donate. But if you can't, then obviously don't worry. I've got a couple of leftover pieces, so I need to work out where these go, and then we'll finish. It's nice to live stream, though. I haven't live streamed in ages. Feels like it's been a long time.
I know. It has been. It has been.
Well, I've seen you were live streaming when I was in Turkey, and I did tune in a little bit to those when I was able to. Where does that go?
Yeah, this is coming along nicely too. The build. I'm kind of really eager to see where it's going to get to, but what I got done so far. Okay. And I believe the last bag is going to be to finish it off here. Yeah.
Nice.
It is a lamp here.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that Costco? Everything I see that I like in Costco, I always grab because it's always at least 20% off.
Yeah.
I've taken my advantage of my Costco membership.
Yes. Oh, so you decided not to get those Lego Star Wars packs, those 2-in-1, 3-in-1.
No, I didn't because there is really no incentive. There's no discount to it. I mean, there's like a $5 discount, I believe. Yeah,
I thought
they're
they're supposed to
pretty
be
much.
like discount packs.
That's what they're supposed to be. I think M&R put out a video. Was it his that I was looking at? Well, I didn't. I don't think I watched the video, but his thumbnail says "Don't buy these." No, yeah, I did watch portion of it, and he was telling me that combined, you're only getting like a $5 discount,
Wow.
which is like what 5% off, if that. Which traditionally buying those 2-in-1s I bought before from Walmart, you'll get yourself like a 30 to up towards a 40% discount. So it made it well worth it. But this time, no, it's them choose. I mean, the concept is cool because you get 2 packs in one, and you got the box art with them and stuff. But that's another thing I'm gonna have to wait see if I can find on sale.
Yeah.
If not, I'm never gonna get it because I'm sure once they retire, they're gonna go up in value, and maybe I'll do it then. I'm really just hoping I find it on sale, but no, there's no discount to it, and it was kind of sad. It's just kind of another way for them to try to take money from you. Yeah, it sucks because I really like those 2-in-1. That one, 3-in-1 set.
Yeah. You managed to get a couple of those, which we never got in the UK. So I'm not that fussed about them not being massive discounts, but it sucks. I mean, we should have them in the UK as well. There's no excuse because they're available on Amazon. It's not like they're Walmart exclusives anymore. We have Amazon here, but they're not available. I did try, I tried looking and it was like, is it available? But no, it was not.
Really? You weren't able to get it, huh?
No, it doesn't sell. Doesn't sell to the UK, unfortunately. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The new one Amazon doesn't have a discount at all.
Chat, I has arrived.
Who's that? Easy
What's up?
Welcome. Good to see you here, Easy Fox. How are you doing? We are literally wrapping things up very shortly. So Ed, when you'll finish the step, we'll wrap things up. This is bags 1 and 2 of Jango Fett's helmet. Looking not very much like Jango Fett at the moment, but very colourful in the middle. And then you've got the rim, the blue rim there. Ed, how many bags have you done?
I'm on almost done with bag 2 here. So finishing up bag 2 of, actually no, bag 3.
Okay.
I'm finishing up bag 3 of the Disney, what do you call him? I keep forgetting, Luxo Jr.
Yeah.
Pixar symbol guy. So finished with the ball here and working on the lamp, I guess what they're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Come out really nice. A lot of white pieces.
Yeah.
A lot of white pieces. Almost done with the third bag and then on to the last bag, which I'll probably finish this next weekend during the live stream.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap things up. Wait, I remember when you had around 20 to 30 viewers in the stream. Yes, that's when I actually did stuff on YouTube. Ed's been much more active than me, as we pointed out at the start of the stream. We are going to wrap things up here. As you say, Easy Fox, it is quietening down. I'm sorry, you might have to replay it if you want to watch our stream, but we had a good chat. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been very fun. Nice, chill birthday celebration stream. It was nice to show you around Cloud City, and I'll finish probably building Jango Fett off camera. I may do another live stream for Chopper, UCSATAT, ?
Chopper.
Yeah, Chopper's cool. I might actually take that one back to drama school and build it there, and then display it somewhere in my drama school setup. I don't know where because I'm out of space. I'll find somewhere. Okay, Ed, thank you so much for joining me.
Not a problem, sir. Always a pleasure to be here, Judah.
And massive thank you for the donation as well. Very much appreciated. Really appreciate that.
Enjoy it.
we are going to wrap things up. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Wishing you all a lovely rest of the week. Thank you so much, William Build, Easy Fox Productions, Phoenix Demand, BlocksBricks, Green Goose, and everybody else that we've had in the chat today joining us, Madlib as well. Thank you so much, guys, and I shall see you all on the next live stream. Make sure you tune into Ed's channel because he's probably doing more live streams than I am at this point, and especially with the giveaway, which you guys can get chances to enter on his channel. Okay, take care, guys. Bye-bye.